I'm like trying to.
How's it going, everybody?
I didn't realize I left cardboard right there.
Beautiful people of Instagram. My wife left some cardboard. Yeah. Today is Mindset Mondays. Mindset Mondays, guys. So if you guys are ready, get your Mindset Monday on.
Mindset Monday.
Mindset Monday. If we had a background song, it would be like Mindset Monday. It'd be like a
Musical Mondays.
Like an 80s theme song. How's it going, guys? This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, and this is Miss Beautiful
Lisa Trujillo, the wife of the world's greatest living artist.
Oh, she's learning. She's learning. Now she just needs to get that mood at home. Like, oh man, you're the world's greatest living person.
Aw. I'll do that. I will do that.
Hey, guys. So get your Mindset Monday on. Today is Monday. And we come to you here from the art studio at noon.
Yes.
Every Monday, of course.
Every Monday. I'm not always here, but I am here now.
Yeah. So
I'm always here on Thursdays.
Why are you? This is a question I want to ask. Why is she only here on Thursday? Are you checking what time we're gonna?
Yes, what time we're starting.
Okay. Why is she only here on Thursday, guys? Shouldn't she be here? Shouldn't she be here every day? Why just Thursdays?
I'm here in spirit.
It's a question I like to ask her.
I feel like sometimes you have such great stuff that you say that you share with them.
You mean my flow?
Yeah, that it's not part
if I was
of
a rapper, I'd flow really well.
Like it's part of your I think sometimes you're in that that wave where you're sharing really strong art content for them.
Oh, strong art content. How's it going? Let's say hi to the people joining.
Octavi, Hope.
Peace. Hope. Peace.
Sick Miss.
Peace.
And Elizabeth. Hi.
How you doing, Elizabeth?
How are you guys?
Good to see you guys. Today's Mindset Mondays. Thank you for joining. We talk about your mindset, what you have to do to show up as an artist, Yeah, we're all artists. Well, depending on, it doesn't matter what you do. I think we're all artists in our own right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of you may be knitting. Some of you into the crochet.
Yeah.
Some of you may be into playing the music, the guitar. And some of you, like us, may be into the whole art thing. I'm a painter. She's the wife of a painter. She gets to hang out during the ups and downs and the downs and ups.
Of our mindset.
Guys, what do you do when you fall off the wagon? That's what we're going to talk about today. What do you do? And the reason I'm going to talk about this is because...
Do you mean fall off the wagon in terms of
your mindset?
Oh, okay. Because falling off the wagon is...
It's like what?
No, I'm just wanting to clarify.
Well,
so you mean when your mindset isn't clear and you've been working really hard and all of a sudden you hit an emotional lull.
Yeah,
or
your mindset...
a strong mindset lull.
Right. You're working. Your mindset is in high-pitched performance. You're like, yeah. And all of a sudden, it starts going less, right? You don't know why. It just starts going less. You start performing. It comes down to outflow, guys. It will always come down to outflow. No matter, don't listen to people out there that tell you outflow means it will come down to how much activity you generate. This whole game is about activity, regardless of what people tell you. And so let's say that you're generating a lot of activity. You're creating your artwork. You're in your art studio. And all of a sudden, you start feeling less productive. And then the next day, you're just a little less productive. And then, right, it keeps going down, right? But slowly. And then all of a sudden, you have we just had a big argument. You had a big argument, right?
Well, not today, but yes, this weekend.
Yeah.
I did.
It was like one of those, I'll kick you in the nuts type of arguments.
No.
I could kick you in the nuts. Like
It's so embarrassing.
What's his name? Eric Hartman.
It was one of those, I was being negative. I was being a negative vibe.
No, but guys, I can't blame her, right? It's not embarrassing.
A little bit, but...
it's gotta be real. We're real here. We're real humans. We're not talking about,
I think I felt overwhelmed and stressed, and then...
Yeah, but see, so did I. It's just that if I'm not real with myself, I'm gonna say, she did it. She made me feel this way, and that's not true. I was already going on a low, right?
Right.
And anything that like when you're going on a low, you'll use anything to go lower. So you have to run the opposite direction, and it's difficult. What's the trick to get up when you fall off the mindset wagon? What do you think the trick is?
Well, I think the first is like to be honest about that you're like, I think the first thing is to be aware and honest about your feelings. Like I think once we were like, this has nothing to do with you, and it's just, I feel stressed and overwhelmed.
Right.
So I guess having that awareness to like stop and to look at yourself and say, okay, this is not another person, but me coming into the space and being...
See, but what happens is
not
that
being in charge of the energy I bring into the room.
Totally,
right?
totally. But what happens is that we as human beings, when we fall off the mental wagon, the mindset wagon, let's call it that, we buy ourselves time. For example, now we have time to mope, right?
Right, and feel embarrassed.
And feel embarrassed and figure things out. And then if you fall off the wagon, you're not gonna jump on the saddle again and be like, yeah, full force.
Right.
Because now you have this what do they call it? Like a mental hangover.
Yeah, from being like upset.
From being upset and from being, in a negative.
Or like being upset can morph into moping.
Yeah.
So it's just more of the same.
It's the same. It's the same. Well, you're never just experiencing one feeling.
Right.
When it's negativity, you start experiencing different feelings.
So this morning, I had to remind, because we were like, what do you do to get back in your mindset? This morning, I had to remind myself, okay, I made promises to myself about what I was going to do to be more productive so that I don't feel stressed out when orders get crunched in. For example, like, this is more like, it might not apply to everyone, but I get stressed out when holiday weekends come and the post office is going to close and you can't ship certain sizes. Like, you can't just drop off certain sizes in the...
You're being paintings, right?
Yes.
Shipping out paintings.
You can't drop them in the self-service drop, right? For boxes.
Yeah.
So for me, now I'm at a time crunch because there's bigger size paintings. And so I have to shift and move and like ship out things prior than where I would have. So sometimes I find that I'm not paying attention that Veterans Day is coming up and that Friday it's going to be closed. So I didn't prepare for that to happen. So I felt overwhelmed.
Totally.
So I think...
But it's not really your fault. This is what I want to tell them. This is what I want to talk to you about.
So my mindset is like, I just got to be better prepared, right? Yeah, or better organized.
Exactly. But you shouldn't like be hard on yourself. This is because being hard on yourself keeps it going. This is one of the things that I realized with me. Like, if I'm hard on myself, I'm like, man, I should have known that. Man, I should have that. No, what you need to realize, guys, it's not that you should have paid more attention there. You should have paid more attention here. I don't think that that's it, because those things will happen when your vibration level is lower. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think what we need to constantly be aware of is, am I operating to my full potential right now?
Yeah.
And when we're not, then everything starts to crumble. I feel like everything starts to crumble. If I know that if I'm not operating at my full potential, anything that will come, an argument with you, an argument with a client, well, not an argument, but something like, like, I don't want
like an argument with a client. No, like a negative, like a return or something.
Well, not a return, but like a negative experience.
Right.
I don't mind return, but like a negative experience,
Right.
Like, I can't believe this, and an argument with a client. The client's always right.
Always right. I know, I was like, that's weird. Okay, I get it.
So anything will shake you.
Right.
Any negative situation is what I'm trying to say, is going to shake you.
Yeah.
Any negative, let's say that you're operating at your max capacity, right? And you can always go beyond your max capacity. We always say we can't, but you're only operating within your margins, right?
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
And as you're operating,
sorry.
As you're operating to your max capacity, what happens is that you become sharper. See that. This is something that I learned from one of my favorite mentors. He said, when you want something done, always give it to the busy guy. But he makes it a point. He's like, always give it to the busy guy, right? Because the busy person is the sharpest.
Right.
And I think because they're more intelligent is because they're in flow, they're in movement. You know? It's like blood. You can't have it clogged.
Right.
It has to constantly be circulating. It has to be rotating. It has to be, moving.
Right.
And what is the secret to that, right? To getting back. I hope I'm making any sense to any of you out there. But what is the secret to getting back on the right mindset? It's not mindset. I don't think it's mindset. I think it's just commitment. I don't think it's like, oh, here, let me think about how I can. No, it's like, okay, I committed to this, and I'm going to give it all.
Yeah.
Regardless of how I feel. Mm-hmm. And then you jump back up again. It might not happen automatically. It might take, a little pushing, a little shoving, right. But. Well,
I know you like to wash dishes when you feel like you got a lot on your mind. So do you feel like just moving in any way?
Movement. It's got to be movement. And if you, for any reason, your body doesn't allow you, for maybe an illness or whatever, whatever you can, your hands. Make phone calls. Like, it's gotta be out.
Start creating positive movement in your life.
It's gotta be out.
Yeah.
You can't see. Most of us try to think our way through things. We're like, well, let me see. Well, what did he mean by that? How can I? No, dude. It's out. It's gotta be out. It's gotta be like, man, I wanna get gallery shows.
Right.
Right. It can't be like, oh man, what can I do? Maybe there might be a little bit of that, but you can't get stuck there. And you can't get stuck there so long. 5-10 minutes maybe. And then you just go out and start creating movement. You go and start walking around your downtown Main Street, wherever you live.
Right.
And start visiting galleries and go in there and start talking to people. Mm-hmm. It cannot be, you will not think your way out of it.
Yeah.
And
because thinking got you there in the first place.
Because thinking is what got you there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. See, you start thinking, you start slowing down. You start slowing down, anything or everything will get there and push you.
Yeah.
My wife's bad attitude will push me. My bad attitude will push her.
Yeah.
If she's operating at a high state of mind, at a high frequency, like she's like boom, 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 busy, but the type of busy that you're enthusiastic, not upset.
Yeah.
Because when you're upset, means that you haven't been busy enough for long periods of time.
Right.
You just got busy because now the fire,
deadline
is there, and now it's burning, and now it's like, leave me alone. Everything bothers me. How's it going, Shanaz? Like if the deadline's there, now you're upset.
Yeah.
You're upset busy.
Yeah.
But if you've been operating busy for long periods of time, the true busy, which is you see a paper on the floor, you pick it up, not because, oh man, I don't have time. No, like, realize, guys, this is something that has taken me a long time, and I still fell this weekend. I felt bad. Like my mental attitude just completely it's like I threw it in the trash, and I had to go pick it up again and get it out. And that's the way it is. It's just it's human, So I'm not trying to tell you guys, oh man, I figure this thing out for it never to happen to me. Yeah. No, I figure it out for when it happens, how to get out of it right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it always has to do with the busy, but the true busy. Am I making any sense? Or why are you really laughing?
Because I'm...
How's it going, Shanaz? How's it going? War Rosali, WW Rosali.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going? Kim, right? Kim, I think so.
Oh, thank you, Shanaz. We are good. We were talking about how we actually are talking about, it's Mindset Monday, so we were talking about how we weren't in our strongest mindset, and I'm laughing because usually everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are so cute. You guys love each other," and we were not each other's favorite person. We were not each other's favorite people.
Not this weekend.
And so that's why I was laughing. But you're always my favorite person. But you made me mad this weekend. I made you mad.
This weekend I was like, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
This weekend I was like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't like you either.
Here's the thing. As a consequence, my production level got low.
Yeah, mine too.
Completely low. Like, I was like, man, I was moping. I was like, man, I hate my life right now. And I looked at her and I was like, like in those movies, like, that's so sour right now. So sour. So I went into the studio and I would just, I didn't even go to the studio. I would pass it by and look at it and be like a little, you know, like sad, angry kid.
So not gonna come across any lonely trees? Like that one time you got mad at me and you named
because
all those paintings, Lonely Tree.
No, because
Solitary, I didn't even paint. Solitary Walk.
Lonely Life. Bad Wifey. No.
I don't like her.
I don't like her. One of my portraits was like, what are you looking at? I told you it wasn't my fault. It's your fault.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I mean, it's painful, right? Because it's a mental attitude that gets disturbed. But here's the thing, guys. We always blame the other person when it gets disturbed. And what I'm trying to say here is that if your mental attitude got disturbed, it's because for long periods of time, sufficient periods of time, this is as true as the sun is hot, if I can make a saying right now.
Yeah.
If you don't operate for enough period of time at a high vibration, where you're walking and you're like, oh, I gotta pick up the kid. Oh, I'm gonna pick up this from the floor. Oh, I gotta mop the house. I gotta clean the studio. And you stop moving the whole, because you create so much momentum that you actually catch up and it feels good. That's when it feels good. That you catch up and then if you keep operating with that momentum, you realize your invincibility. You realize how much more you can do, and then you start getting creative. Yeah. You start going, man, I can do this and I can do that and I can do this. And you get into another mindset, a whole other mood. Yeah. And you start coming up with
new subjects, things that excite you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shanaz. It is a partnership.
You start coming up with new ideas. See, most people think that you have to be in the right mindset. Yeah. And you don't have to be in the right mindset. You have to create movement. The movement, whatever that is outflow, will get you in the right mindset. So most people are like, what do I do? You're not gonna go sit there in a yoga position. You know, I've seen this artist do that. You're not gonna go sit in this yoga position. What? I think it's cool. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna go sit. Let's put it that way.
You're just not. You don't mean it in that way. You mean that you don't wait for the right. You're not waiting for the right to create. You're not waiting for the right conditions. You're creating the right conditions. You're moving.
I can't go and get a walk outside and think about my life. And
well, what ended up happening is that we got upset with each other, and then you're like, you're just overwhelmed. Let me help you, and you actually helped me package. Yeah. Do you?
What's Kim saying?
Paint varnish on your paintings when you're finished. So oil, I think we've said this. Oil is one of those tricky things that it has to completely cure. You can't varnish it until it's completely dry. And oil takes about 6 months to dry, depending on how much paint you put on the canvas.
So Shanaz says, so if I get up and go do the dishes, my mind will be set to paint. LOL.
Yeah. For some odd reason, he likes to wash the dishes.
Not just the dishes. I like to clean.
He'll start mopping.
Because I'm trying to create movement.
Yeah.
See, when you start getting things, the reason why your mind
too, sometimes just cleaning your space, it just kind of clears the mind.
Yeah, that too, but it's not enough. What you're trying to do is you're trying to operate at a higher vibration. It comes to a vibration. I'm not talking about some esoteric stuff or whatnot.
Either. I like to do laundry.
Well, I don't like dishes either. But see, she likes to do laundry because it's time consuming. It's like you go, you sort. There's not really much movement. Like there is movement, but there's not much movement. Like for example, if you start moving boxes and get rid of stuff, and you start getting stuff done. I don't mean to disrespect your laundry moments, but I feel like laundry is something that
it's like a little escape for me.
It's a little escape. It's not so much I'm going to create movement. For me,
everyone leave me alone.
For me, dishes is not. And you shouldn't be washing dishes anyways. If you have like a full-time job, being an artist, or you have I don't know, you shouldn't be doing. I'm not encouraging you to go stop and go do dishes. That's what I'm saying.
But Kay Hildebrandt's actually cleaning their studio right now.
Yeah,
which is
good. What I say is that you have to create movement. The reason why you're in that mindset, it's because you haven't done enough things.
Oh,
so you are, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you're behind the things that you were supposed to do.
Yeah, I was behind.
You're always behind. When you're in a negative mindset, you're always behind.
Yeah. And I was just making lists in my mind of what needed to happen.
You haven't made...
What orders needed to get out.
Yeah, you're not operating at a high... If you're operating at a high frequency for a substantial amount of time, you will not feel time bothering you. Time will not bother you.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel like, man, I don't have enough time. That's not true. Because you're at the edge. You're there with time.
Yeah.
And you're operating... Like, time actually helps you. Because as I mentioned later in other videos, it's elastic. So I already know that when something bothers me, so when something in life, because life always comes and punch you in the nose, whether you like it or not, one way or another, right? Sadly, there's an accident, there's this, there's that, there's an inconvenience that needs to happen. And if you haven't operated at, let's say that I have an inconvenience, right, today, for whatever reason, like, oh, I was driving and all of a sudden I needed gas.
Yeah.
You have that inconvenience in the morning.
I did have this inconvenience.
If I'm operating at a high point, you start waking up earlier. You start doing things. You start prepping for things. You get creative, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not your mindset that you're going to change, you know, in order to get out of a hole.
Right.
Like, that's why I tell people, when you're going to get out of a hole, it's not your mindset. What you're going to have to change.
Right.
It's your flow. It comes down to doing, guys.
Right.
Like, everybody wants to think about it. You know, everybody wants to be like, oh, if I start thinking about how am I going to create artwork? If I start thinking about my mental space, if I go sit in a yoga position for an hour, I'm not saying don't do it, but that is not the place that it's going to get you out. The place that it's going to get you out, it's pure movement. You have to move.
Right.
You know, whether that's like cleaning the studio, washing the brushes, priming some canvases, it will come down to outflow. It always comes down to that. One of my mentors, as I mentioned to you guys, very, very serious guy, very strong guy. He's always saying, look, when you want something done, give it to the busy guy. Because the busy guy is always operating at a high vibration. Yeah. Anyone operating at high vibration is going to kick everyone else's butt. It's just the way it is. It's not going to come down to skill. It's not going to come down to talent. It's not going to come down to anything. Just operating at a whole different frequency. And I'm not talking about like some, you know,
right. No, you're
like law of attraction. I'm just talking about movement.
Yeah. Kay Hildebrand asked for my name. My name's Lizette.
Claire McLevin Art. How's it going? Kim. Cassandra. What is Cassandra saying?
Cassandra says that yes, you can get lost in the thinking, and that movement is so important. Movement, yes.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about my spiel?
I like it.
My wife listening to my spiel.
I like it. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. If like
that's what I've done today. Is I've just kept moving.
Yeah. Like and it's not just busy work, guys. It's actually getting things done that are pressing you. For example, if you needed to call a client, if you needed to call a collector, and you're like, man, I need to call the collector or finish a commission. Like, don't go wash the dishes, please.
Right, get to the thing.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
I gave the wrong example, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah. No, but...
You're like, listen, don't tell people I go wash dishes.
What is the nonsense?
When you start painting and you do have a stack of cleaning to do, you can't fully commit to your painting. I mean, well, it depends on what's pressing you, right? Where the priority is.
Right.
But I do get it. There's just some days that feel heavy. Like, there's some days where where I have so much packaging to do.
Yeah.
Or you feel like you have so many orders that you're trying to, like, commission and then get other paintings done.
But it only feels that way when we're not operating for long periods of time.
Right. When we're not optimal. Right. And there are times where you have to, like, step back for 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally.
To like regain that focus because it feels like painful to power through it.
Yeah, because you don't want to, you see that this is the thing. It's not busy work. The mind thinks that you have to do busy work.
Right.
Like the mind's like, oh my God, I need to finish this painting. I need to finish that commission. I need to clean my studio. And then you start doing busy work. Like you start doing things that are not really pressing you. And maybe what's really pressing you is that you need to go change the oil of that car.
Right.
Maybe what's really pressuring you is that you need to sell that extra painting rather than go paint another one go sell the one that maybe you need to come, you need to bring income.
Right.
Like the things that is really pressuring you is the thing that you have to go tackle.
Right.
It's not like, oh, I'm going to get busy today. I'm going to start painting. Maybe painting is not what you're supposed to be doing right now. Maybe what you're supposed to be doing right now, it's prepping canvases.
Right.
Maybe what you're supposed to be doing right now, it's getting back to those questions of commissions that people ask you about. And maybe that's what's pressuring your little soul.
Yeah.
Maybe it's never busy work. That's why I say get busy in movement, but not that you stay there, so that you can start feeling. See, because your how do you call this? When you feel like you can do things,
you feel capable.
Your self-esteem goes up tremendously.
Right.
When you start doing things.
When you feel like energized and like, oh, okay, I just got that done really fast. I can start working on this next thing.
Here's a little trick, guys. This is something that I learned from people in power positions. This is Carlos told me this one. Mm-hmm. He told this person, right, told me this. Dude, the more you move, right, the more you do, the more you can do.
Yeah.
This is a secret of all things.
The opposite.
People think it's the opposite.
Yeah. The more you do, the more you can do. The more you fit in, the more time you create. Absolutely.
People think that, man, if I remove the BS, the more I can paint. That's where most of you guys go wrong. No, like don't remove what you think it's BS unless it's really BS, like playing on the playing video games. Yeah, we'll remove that. But for example, if there's things that you need to do, like your regular life, pick up your kids from school, take care of the home, cook. We just saw that movie last night where the lady was like, you want me to cook or you want me to go finish this painting that will last forever?
Oh, The Glass House.
It's a really
sad movie. Yeah.
So you don't want to see, time is elastic. It's like one of those bags. The more you put in, the more you can put in there. Mm-hmm. It's like super elastic. So don't think that, oh man, if I want to put a piano in there, I got to remove all the other trash, right? In pockets of time.
Right.
Like in your 24 hours. I hope it doesn't sound too abstract. Like if you want to put in the piano, in there, like your piano lessons, let's call it that, right?
Yeah, you can make time. Find that you start.
Put in everything in there. Clean the house, wash the car, clean the studio. Like start stacking it in there, like fit it, like put your leg in there and fit it in there, and you'll start realizing that is what will get you out of that mental state. The only reason you went into that mental state is because you started operating at less than your potential. It always messes with your head.
Right. It
always messes with your head. This is a single one thing I always realize: if I'm not operating at my potential, anything will come and disturb me. Like a negative moment, a sad song. I'll be listening to a song and I'll just start crying. Like, what the hell's going on? It's because I'm not operating at my potential. So,
yeah, I agree.
She's been awfully quiet. Is it because I put her on the spotlight?
About my bad mood? No, I'm not in a bad mood anymore. But it's that time to say goodbye. Do you want to tell them?
It's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye. I gotta go maximize on my movement and get back to packaging.
Yeah, we do. Hey, guys, don't forget, I'm going to read to you really quick. Those of you who are like following Chicky Green. What is that? What's Chicky Green?
Probably like, I don't know. I get it. Cheeky. Being like sassy.
Oh, yeah. Little sassy pants over here. Okay, guys. So, both. Okay, guys. So, Mindset Mondays every Monday at noon. Okay. Every Monday, of course. Mindset Mondays. Tuesdays is Marketing Tuesday at noon Arizona time. Don't forget, guys, because then I'm gonna feel like I'm doing this all alone.
He doesn't want to feel lonely.
I don't want to feel lonely, guys. You guys got to get back. You guys got to, like, you guys are doing it right now. Kim, Shanaz. You guys are all talking back and whatnot. You guys got to talk to us so that way I can know what's going on. It's very important what's going through your guys' mind.
What also, you guys need.
Also, your hearts. It's what, Silvia, hola, ¿cómo estás? Muchas gracias. So, here we go. Mindset Mondays. Okay? Every day is at noon, Arizona time. Mindset Mondays. Marketing Tuesdays. Of course, on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have Art Demo Wednesday, where I get to do my art demos. Yeah. Okay? Oil paint, abstract, acrylic, watercolors, charcoal, and all kinds of good stuff. Okay? And Thursday, we do Thursday Cafecito, where... Look at her. Look how she's looking at me. Thursday Cafecito is where we talk about partnership, working with someone else. Maybe you're working with your spouse. Maybe you're working with your significant other, your partner. Maybe you're working with your sister, brother, friend. It doesn't matter. You're working with someone else.
We love seeing your comments, Shanaz, and your heart.
And on Fridays, I do Takeaway Friday. And it's what I talk about, what I've learned throughout the week. And the do's and don'ts. And the don't repeats.
I feel like you had a Takeaway Monday.
Yeah, today we had a Takeaway Monday. Because we're like, dude, I got to talk about this weekend. Because this weekend felt like hell.
I like that you called it hell.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this weekend was a little painful.
It was like a meh. It was a waste of a 3-day weekend. Well, it wasn't really a 3-day weekend for us, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, we'll leave you with that. Just letting you guys know, look, we're real people, guys, okay? Like, we're sharing with you guys as we're going through this.
Going through the motions.
And we want you guys to get a real vibe from us. See that we're authentic. We're not putting this front. Like, I didn't want to do this show and be like, this blog and be like, oh, everything's fine and let's not talk about that. It's important to talk about these things because then they get it. They're like,
yeah, because the day-to-day,
they're tools.
Where again, feelings are fleeting, but sometimes they can kind of like take you in and take over your workspace and your live space because we work and then have to live with each other.
Yeah.
So.
And it's something that you have to handle. Again, I'll leave you guys with that. You guys, it has to be outflow. There is no outflow for long periods of time. You're going to feel the burn. Anything will come and just knock you over. Anything.
Not anymore. We made promises to stay productive.
No, even if it doesn't matter if you fall, okay? Just remember, the way out is, again, massive outflow. You can't think about it. You start thinking about it, you're going to be more pissed off. Leave you guys with that. Take care.
Have a happy Monday, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Adios.